Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And today we're going to be going over basically a large tournament result list. We're going to talk about the meta, we're going to talk about some things. This is the list you're looking at here. This is after the Whitebeard restriction. And we actually, I made a video talking about the restriction saying, yeah, it'd be real funny if Whitebeard was still on top, because the cards that they restricted weren't the only thing that made Whitebeard so strong, right? And same thing with Zoro. Zoro was the same premise of, like, okay, excuse me, you know, restricting Radical Beam down to 1, restricting Marco down to 1, and the 4-cost blocker, and restricting Whitebeard, the character, down to 1, wasn't, you know, it wasn't really that deadly of a blow to this kind of stuff. And well, let's just go through it real quick. So let's start up at the top left here. You know, we got Zoro. Excuse me. Goodness. Zoro had a 51.3% win rate, so just over 50%. Katakuri, just over 50%. Trafalgar Law, just over 50%. Lucci had under 50. He was at 47.6. He just has a really rough matchup against Katakuri, as you can see right here with 32%. And same thing with Whitebeard, has a very rough matchup there. So that is what it is. Whitebeard, who did win the tournament. There was a Whitebeard deck that won. We're going to look at that list as well. He's sitting around 62% win rate still, guys. Very, very strong showing. Eustace Kid, 54%. That's pretty good. Big Mom down to 47%, and Ace down to 43%. Not the best from these two and from Lucci. So it looks like ultimately, you know, your four best decks are definitely in this order from best to, you know, under that is Whitebeard, Zoro, Katakuri, and Law. Oops, no, excuse me, I missed Kid. Excuse me. Let me redo that. So actually it was Whitebeard, Kid, Zoro, Katakuri, and then Law right there with Katakuri. They were very similar in percentages. Nothing too abnormal here outside of Whitebeard demolishing Big Mom. Like, it looks like Big Mom has a 15% chance of winning versus, you know, a Whitebeard player of the same skill, right? That is the nice thing about these tournaments, is you're getting to see, like, the best players play against the best players with the decks that they chose to play against. And it looks like Katakuri, Zoro, Whitebeard, and Kid just dominated Ace. Yeah, Ace struggled against everything except Law. And that was probably a meta choice, right? People were under the impression that now that Whitebeard's not going to be good, right? That was their logic. Yeah, Whitebeard, you know, he's nerfed. I had a feeling, and for those who watched my video, you kind of, I'm sure you heard me joke about it, saying that I don't know, is excuse me, and the people I've talked to at locals as well, I was like, I don't think Whitebeard's gonna be gone, and here he is. Yeah, absolutely dominant. Look at these win percentages. The only deck that had a favorable win rate against Whitebeard was Eustace Captain Kid. That is it. That is it. Everything else, 60% or better. Look at that. Other than the mirror match, obviously that's Whitebeard. But 62, 69, 68, or basically 68, 60.5, 50 for the mirror, 84.5, or 84.6, 61.5. Just absolute dominance from Whitebeard right now, guys. And I'm going to talk about why I think that is in probably in another video. Probably in my next video, but we'll see. All right, so let's keep going. We got a few more really cool little numbers to look at, just little statistics. So this is so the last one, let me show you, was most popular leaders. You see over there on the right with the yellow. This is out of 1,023 players out of 3,241 matches. That is a lot of matches. Okay, so this next list here is both players ranked in the top 20%, you know, of the tournament. So this was 204 players out of the 1,023. And 353 matches out of the 3,241. So now you're getting like the cream of the crop, the best players versus the best players, right? So let's start off at the top with Zoro. Zoro, obviously the mirror is going to be 50% all the way down, guys. Y'all see that. I'm not going to explain that. Zoro against Katakuri was not a good matchup. Zoro was losing a lot to Katakuri, it turns out. Zoro was doing good against Law, good against Lucci, struggled against Whitebeard, definitely a struggle against Whitebeard. And Nami did very well against Nami, Ace, and Kid. So, again, if Whitebeard was not so dominant, Zoro would probably just be fighting with Katakuri for first place. That's kind of how it looks to me, because, like I said, if there's no Whitebeard, then who keeps him in check, who keeps him in line, other than Katakuri? So, Katakuri did very well against Zoro, like we just said. Struggled a little bit against Law, and got absolutely obliterated against Whitebeard. Like, it looks like just a total mismatch. 14% win rate. And this is at the higher tables. This is the top 20%. Had a very favorable matchup against Lucci. Yeah, this is what I feared with Lucci. Like, once you get to the highest levels of play, Lucci just falls off. He just falls off. Only a 31% win rate against Zoro, 18% against Katakuri, 63% against Law. He does do very well against Law. Has a lot of ways to pop units with efficient bodies that come with it. But that's that. They only had 3 matchups of Lucci versus Whitebeard, so they didn't even show that. That's unfortunate. 0 versus Nami, 1 versus Ace, 4 versus Kids. They didn't show. I think they're not showing anything under 5. Yeah, win rates are hidden for any matchup with 5 or fewer data points, because that's. I agree with that. That's probably not the most accurate reading. Honestly, it should be anything under 10, but you got to work with what you got. Okay, so next we got Whitebeard. He did very well. Oh, look, I skipped over Law. Trafalgar Law. Excuse me, had a pretty good win rate at the higher tables. When you get the more skilled players, you start seeing certain decks emerge. Trafalgar Law being one of them, right? That could be it can be a very high skill intensity, like high skill level deck, but ultimately speaking, it couldn't win against Whitebeard and Lucci, I guess. So that's gonna keep that down. But anyway, Law went pretty much 41% versus Zoro, 57% versus Katakuri. The Zoro matchup is lower than I thought it'd be, but then again, never mind. Yeah, it is what it is. And then Lucci did not do well against Lucci, did not do well against Whitebeard, but beat seven matchups against Nami. That's hard to believe. It's weird they played that many times in the top 20%. That's interesting. But very cool though at the same time. Very cool. So, yeah, Trafalgar, the Law deck is doing decent. Katakuri, of course, and Nami, that's a good. But if you have a low win rate against Zoro, Lucci, and Whitebeard, not the best way to go for the tournament, it looks like. Or just at least moving forward, it looks like that's going to be a hard counter. I don't know. Then again, we've seen Trafalgar Laws win tournaments, so you know how it is. Rob Lucci. Not a lot of statistical information on this chart about him. Only a 37% win rate, but that's because he was losing to Zoro, losing to Katakuri, beating Trafalgar Law, but we know he was losing to Whitebeard. We just saw that, where was it? Yeah, where is it? Lucci versus Whitebeard. Yeah, that's a struggle. But at the same time, when you look all the way across Lucci's board here, he had a decent matchup against Law, a mirror match, of course. Used his Captain Kid, Big Mom, and Ace. So I mean, I think Lucci's still in a good spot. I don't know. For some reason, he never clicked with me. Where I thought he was good enough to really push with. But next up, we got the what do we got here? This is just an expanded view. So this is just like a total. All the games played. So this is with all the leaders. Zoro, Katakuri, Law, Lucci, Newgate, Kid, Charlotte, this is the mono yellow. Ace, Doflamingo, Nami, Magellan, Smoker, Kuro. Kuro had a favorable win rate overall, but it looks like Newgate bullied Kuro just like Newgate bullied pretty much every single person in the tournament outside of Doflamingo and Captain Kid. That's interesting with the Doflamingo. That's a pretty high win rate against a Newgate. But very cool. Crocodile, Kinemon, Monkey D. Luffy, You know, just the red starter. And then Charlotte Linlin, the black yellow Big Mom, and Arlong. What is this matchup here? Charlotte Linlin, 9 games against Lucci. Absolutely dominant against Lucci. 50-50 versus Zoro. And then Charlotte Katakuri. Yeah, that's just the... Like I've said in a previous video, Katakuri was my worst matchup, but I didn't think it was that bad. 14.3%, that's crazy. But, you know, like I said, when you go to these big tournaments, when everything's on the line and people are on their A game, playing as hard as they can, they're sweating over every match, you know, it really changes the results up, right, guys? It really can swap things up. I'm not going to go over every one of these numbers, so if you want to, like, pause the video here and, like, look at anything, by all means do that. I saw that I'm on a Discord, you know, a locals Discord, and someone posted this, so I was like, yeah, I better make a video on that. This is pretty interesting. And it says July 29th here, but I actually just got this information to me today, which is August 3rd. So the day of me recording this, it's August 3rd. So and I just got this information. I just saw it. So yeah. Any interesting takeaways? Let's see. 85%. Oh, Katakuri versus Black Yellow Mom. Katakuri versus Ace, 70%. I'm just trying to look at the big ones, right? Katakuri versus Lucci, 67. Law versus Nami, 80% win rate. Law beating Nami 80% of the time. Katakuri and Law, 75% plus against Arlong. 50% though, Arlong versus Lucci. Yeah, nothing too crazy other than that. Newgate just dominating pretty much every single character that it plays. Like, I mean, Newgate just seems very dominant. I'm not gonna lie. Like we already knew, like we knew Whitebeard was, like almost a 62% win rate overall. Right, that's intense, guys. That's very impressive. 85% win rate versus Kuro, 66 versus Smoker, 66 for Nami. And it's not showing these little one-of games, of course, like the anything under 5 with 5 or fewer games. Okay, and then we got one more stat to go over here. This is just the deck representation, just showing how many people came with whatever deck it was. We had one red-black Garp deck, or excuse me, three Garp decks, 4 Kaido, 4 Odin decks, 8 Arlong, 10 Luffy, 10 Black-Yellow Mom, 11 Kinemon, 12 Crocodile, 12 Kuro, 17 Smoker decks. Okay. 24 Magellan, 33 Doflamingo, 34 Nami. That's sad, right? When, like, everything under Nami here, it is a sad day. It's like, wait a minute. So people would rather play Nami than Magellan, Smoker, Kuro, Crocodile, you know, Luffy, Kaido, and so on. That's interesting. Not saying it's a bad deck. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's actually a very interesting deck with, you know, the alternate win condition. I'm just thinking out loud here. Charlotte Linlin had 36 for the mono yellow. Ace had 36. Kid had 40. Newgate had 60. Lucci had 111. Law had 130. Katakuri had 147. I expected Katakuri to be the top, to be honest, like to be the most number, but Zoro has 255. Not exactly surprising either. So overall percentage of the tournament, you know, that's that, not too important. Highest placements, Newgate was first, second, and third place, right? We know that because there is no second or third place of the others. He goes straight to fourth with Zoro, Katakuri fifth. Looks like Newgate or one of these others was sixth, and then someone else was seventh, we've already said. And then eighth was Kinemon. Very nice, that's impressive. Ninth for Trafalgar Law. And then the next one I see on here is 11 Doflamingo. I don't see a 12. I see a 13 Smoker and a 15 for Kuro. So everything else was just already mentioned. Yeah. I think this was a great example to show that Newgate is still absolutely, you know, S tier. And that those restrictions did not do anything. You know, quite frankly, the restrictions did absolutely nothing to hinder him from still dominating tournaments. Because remember, You know, just go. This is the most accurate one to look at. The only matchup that was not favorable for Whitebeard was literally Eustace Kid. That's it. 44% out of 25 games. And then when you go into the top 20, well, there's no longer any. There wasn't enough information, right? They only in the top 20% of players, Whitebeard only played Kid 2 times because Kid was getting, you know, run over by decks like Zoro apparently. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's an interesting balance right now, guys. I do like to see all the different colors up here. We got a red deck, a yellow deck, a green, a black, a blue. No purple deck. The only thing we're missing is purple, right? Red, yellow, green, black, blue. Yeah, we're missing a purple deck. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, pretty decent representation. You know, Doflamingo got as high as 11th place. Kinemon got up to 8th place. That's always good to see, these ones that pop out like that or that stick out. Law 9th place, Katakuri 5th, Zoro 4th, but Newgate 1st. Okay, and let's go ahead and look at the first place deck list real quick. This is OnePieceTopDecks.com, OnePieceTopDecks.com. And this is the guy here, Garrett. It says, author Garrett, the Worst Generation. This is the online, it was online regionals 1024, first place, Newgate. It was a pretty interesting list. It's Strawbeard, of course. For those who don't know, Strawbeard being Straw Hat, Whitebeard, right? Strawbeard's just a combination of the two. And, yeah, the list is pretty interesting. You know, it runs 3 Luffys. It runs 4 the Searcher Nami, obviously. 1 Chopper blocker, just a one-of blocker there. 4 Nico Robin, you know, just a way to really pop off on the Law decks or any decks that run any kind of low power characters. And of course it's going to have 4 Otama with that, right? Let's see. No, it doesn't. It doesn't run 4 Otama with this. How is he reducing power, I wonder? Oh, he is running Crossfire, excuse me, and he is running Ace. Really cool. Really nice. Because I was going to say, he's only running 2 Marcos. But I will say, with Fire Fist, for those who don't know what Fire Fist, I keep saying Fire Fist, excuse me, with Crossfire, it's a main or a counter if your leader has Whitebeard Pirate's type. Up to one of your opponent's characters gains minus 4,000 power during this turn, and it only costs 2, and it has a trigger to play the effect. Trigger, that's nice as well, actually, defensively. Excuse me. But you can combo that with a Marco to kill a 7,000 power or less. That's pretty much anything, you know. And then with Ace, you can also combo. Well, you wouldn't really want to combo with that, but with the point is with Robin, right? Now, Robin, you can combo with either of them, right? Because you play Robin on one turn, and then you can knock people's power down with Ace or Crossfire and just run them over, blow them up. So, very nice list here. Let me just run through it. Okay, that's the leader, of course. Very cool. And then 4 Nami, 1 Chopper, 4 Robin, 3 Luffy, 4 Sanji, 2k counter. I'm still surprised this is not Otama. I'm still very surprised that this would not be Otama for more power manipulation, but that's it. Hey, he won, not me. So, very cool. Luffy, just a 4-cost 6k. You know, just a vanilla body. He runs 1 of those. 3 Atmos. 1 Newgate, of course, because that's all you can run. 2 Thatch. 4 Jozu. 3 Ace. 4 Makino. 1 Marco. 3 Izo. 2 Fossa. 2 blockers. Very good. 2 Marco 5 cost. 1 Red Hawk. Gum Red Hawk. Interesting. 1 Rad Beam, because that's all you can run. 4 guard points. And 2 Crossfires. So, yeah, very nice list. Very clean list. I like it a lot. I like all these just 4-cost 6k beaters, man. It just, you know, you're running all these searchers. You know, you got Izo looking at the top 5 to grab a Whitebeard card. Whoops. And you got 4 Nami searching for Straw Hat cards. So, a lot of searches going on. I guess that's maybe why they run the Sanji is to search with Nami. That makes sense. 2 Thatch, 6-cost 8k beater. Yeah, just a very clean list, guys. Very, very clean list. But see, they run Makino, but not Otama. And who can this... I guess this can buff your searchers. Yeah, you can buff your searchers. But that is literally it. That seems like such a strange tech choice there. Like, all right, you know, just in case... Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't, but, you know, it's... I feel like it's a preference thing where, like, Otama's going to give you access to KO more, but Machina is going to give you access to be able to get through more damage. You know, potentially. But either way, very cool, very good stuff here. Yeah, you guys tell me what y'all think. I definitely want to know what y'all think, especially, you know, about this. I'll leave this as like the... Oops, sorry, my shoes just squeaked on the floor. But this is the list that, you know, this is... I feel like this is the best representation of the meta currently. At least over here in the West, right? This is just is what it is. Whitebeard's going Straw Hat Crew. You know, the Strawbeard combo is just absolutely dominant, even after restrictions. Katakuri's in a good place. Law's in a good place. Zoro's in a good place. Kid is actually in a surprisingly good place. I'm actually surprised they did that well. I mean, not surprised like in a bad way, but just like, you know, I didn't expect them to have a higher win percentage than Law, Katakuri, or Zoro, which is very nice. I expected so basically, I'm not gonna lie, I expected Kid and Law to be in opposite positions. I expected Kid to be around 50% and Law to be around 54%. But here you go. You know, it doesn't matter what you expect when you got the numbers right here. This is just these are the facts. You know, these are the numbers here. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think. Like I said, I'm probably going to be putting out a video soon after this one, or I'm trying to record it as soon as I can after the one I'm recording right now, talking about basically approaching this from a balance aspect. And I think there's actually a pattern we're seeing here. I don't know who else sees it. People think that, you know, restricting cards like Whitebeard down to 1, Radbeam down to 1, and what's it called? Marco down to 1 is like that. Like, oh, that'll fix it. It's like, no, there's actually a deeper seated issue than that. At least in my opinion. And like I said, I'm probably gonna try and get that video out as soon as possible. All right, guys. I don't want to ramble on for too long. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Did you expect Whitebeard to win? Did you expect Whitebeard to be gone? Because I know a lot of people in my Discord and a lot of my local players, excuse me, they all felt the same way, that, like, you know, oh yeah, Whitebeard's gone now, man. And I was like, I don't think so. I didn't know he was going to go up and just straight up win the next big tournament. I did not know that. But I didn't think Whitebeard was going anywhere from those nerfs. And again, that was just me. And we'll see going forward how it is. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Whitebeard get first, second, and third? Let me see something. Yeah, Newgate got first, second, and third, because there is no second or third for highest placement on here, which means Newgate got first, second, and third, and then a Zoro got fourth, a Katakuri got fifth. We don't know who got sixth or seventh from the information. It could have been any of the ones I just said. And then 8th place Kinemon, 9th place Law. So you kind of got an idea there, you know, of what's going on. But alright, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed. Until next time, guys. Peace.